Alright, so I wasn't really planning on doing this because technically season 15 of Supernatural isn't done yet, but technically it is. If so Jensen Ackles said in an interview, I think it was, that the second and last episode of the season will feel like a season finale, which it did, and that tonight's episode, so last week's episode was like a season finale. This week's episode is a series finale. So I feel like I can cover season 15 just fine, and then just do a review on the finale, and just waste the whole video on the finale instead of trying to work into season 15. Okay? Okay, and as you notice, this is not the regular background. That is because I just got home from work. I'm going to take a nap after I eat lunch, after I do this video. And I feel like I don't want to have to move out the desk, do the video, put it back, and move this chair. I gotta move it anyway, but, So, we're doing it like this. This will be the only video I do, okay? So, season 15 of Supernatural, after the tremendous, awesome ending from last season with the whole dead rising up and old ghosts from previous seasons, which made you think this season was going to be a nostalgic season, which it wasn't. At the end of this, we had Bloody Mary. We had the Woman in White. We had a clown. An evil clown show up. All that stuff. And one thing I've got to mention, that Jack is in the empty and he's not technically dead yet. So, yeah. And I bet Misha Collins was glad he didn't have to die again. But anyway, so so the boys are screwed. There's surrounded by, ghosts and stuff, and yeah. And so a lot of stuff happens in the first half of the season, quite a bit, actually. Rowena sacrifices herself. Well, she says that she had a vision that Sam will kill her, and he has to do it so that they do this spell or whatever that closes the gates of hell. So he does it, and then we find out later she just become the queen of hell. She's taking Crowley's place, basically. So, for whatever that's worth, Adam returns after a 5-10 year hiatus. Why they decided now to bring him back is the last season, but they don't really utilize him that well. He shows up in one episode, says, I can't do anything, and then leaves. That's it. And then he shows up in the last week's episode, and I really don't think they used him all that well, to be honest. I understand they might not have had him for that long, but still, he's an archangel. He should be able to do something. And what they do with him, I'm not a big fan of. We'll get to that. So, yeah. Dean goes to visit an old friend played by Christian Kane, and he's on this case, and it turns out, of course, that his old friend is the one behind it. And so, yeah, he had to kill Christian Kane, which I was kind of mad about. I'm like, I don't want this guy to be the bad guy, and he ended up being the bad guy. So, yeah, not happy about that. But they did have a good rendition of the Good Old Boys that they sang together, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, what else happened? Let's see. So the whole plan with Jack, Billy is going to train Jack. She's like feeding him stuff to make him stronger, so he has to take this one little thing, and when he takes that, it becomes a ticking time bomb, and he will kill Chuck and Amara. And because why Amara? Well, because you can't kill Chuck and leave Amara, it upsets the balance. So, yes, Jack has to kill both of them. And that's like the second half. COVID happened, and then we kind of got an extended season. And there are some really stupid people out there. Some people, like, in my Facebook group, I don't remember the names, so I'm not going to say it, but in this Facebook group on Supernatural, someone put on there, just finished watching season 15, final season, season 15 on Netflix. Gotta say, disappointed by the ending. And people are like, That wasn't the ending. They have 7 episodes left. And then people are like, oh, so season 16. No, it's the same season. It's just extended. People are like, oh, well, it's coming back in October, so it's a new season. No, it's not. It's just 7 extra episodes. People are freaking out. We're getting season 16. No, we're really not. It's 7 extra episodes, okay? It's the same season. I don't know why Netflix decided to release the first half. I don't know. I think it's stupid. I think it should have waited, but yeah. Anyhows, so yeah. And what else? Anything happened? Chuck is destroying other realities. It's revealed that those alternate worlds, like the apocalypse world, that's his creation. He created all those worlds, and he's destroying all of those worlds now. Destroying them. It's just down to one world, our world, and that's it. And his plan is because he says he's not having fun anymore, so he's going to destroy all the worlds, ending with this one, and that's the big kind of showdown thing, whatever. So let's get to the nitty gritty of this past episode. Jack tries, does the thing. It doesn't work because Chuck was the one who orchestrated it. He knows what's going to happen. He orchestrated it. It was never going to work. He fuses with Amara and disappears, and Jack explodes, but he's sent to the empty and explodes, and then Billy brings him back because she sees a new ending in the book. And then they find out that this plan is that Billy wants Jack to kill Amara and Chuck so that she can absorb the energy and become the new god. So of course, they say no. Dean attacks her with her own scythe and gets one shot off on her. With one, slice. And that mortally wounds her, so she's dying. But she's going to kill Dean and Cass before she dies. Now, we knew going into the season, Castiel made a deal with the Empty that when he is most happy, he will be taken. That's it. By the Empty. And I guess, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit, I guess is being most happy is telling Dean about, how he liked, hanging out with him and everything, and basically telling him I love you, But I need to tell you Destiel shippers to shut the hell up. Just because Cass said I love you to Dean does not mean they are gay. Okay, I've seen this all over Facebook. Oh, they're gay now. No, you can tell another man that you love them and not be gay. Just like Scrubs says, it's got love, that's all it is. There's nothing gay about it in our eyes. What if it's your brother, right? You say I love you to your brother. Oh, that means you're gay, right? He's basically saying I love you like a brother. But people misconstrued it because they want to, Wincest or whatever they call it, which wouldn't technically be Wincest. But I'm just saying, I don't get that. So the Empty comes, takes Cass, takes Billy. That's it. Cass is gone. Everybody say, oh, he better come back. But yeah, no, he's done. Dead. He deserves to be dead. Let's get to the last episode. So, Jack senses another presence. They find a dog, and Chuck snaps the dog because he wants to torture them. But they find that it's actually Adam, or Michael. And they think Michael can open up Billy's book, which she left behind. But they can't get it open. Then, of all people, Lucifer, in his Mark Pellegrino body, shows up. What's up? And brings them a Reaper, which he kills. And she becomes a new death. She opens the book. Lucifer kills her, grabs the book, and is planning to give it to Chuck. And he and Michael start going at it, right? And I want to point this out too. So, in season 5, we are told that if Michael and Lucifer go at it, it's an end of the world cataclysmic event. But here, nothing happens. And I know you're saying, oh, it's not Sam Dean, it has to be Sam Dean. But they were still worried about an end of the world cataclysmic event when it was Adam and Sam. So clearly there's something there still. Yet nothing happens. And we find out something else later. Lucifer is killed. And then they tell Adam that they found this spell that they can use on Chuck. Right? And they use the spell. It doesn't work because Chuck was forewarned by Adam because Adam's a good little boy. Or Mikey's a good little boy. But Michael ends up dead anyway. Chuck kills him because he still, worked with the Winchesters. Go figure. And then Chuck beats the living hell out of Sam, and he just beats the hell out of him. He pushes Jack aside, knocks him down, supposedly killing him. I don't know what he was supposed to do, but beats the holy hell out of Sam, and they keep getting up, and they're smiling, and he goes, Mom, why don't you stay down? And then it reveals that since Jack has come back, he has been sucking up energy from plants, from everything. The energy during the fight between Lucifer and Michael. And now every hit that Chuck has put on the boys, he's sucked up. He's taken all of Chuck's energy. Effectively, he's the new God. He's also got Amara in there too, he says later. And he decides to let Chuck live the rest of his life as a human being. He restores all the people, which I forgot to mention that people start to disappear, which they think is Billy, going after everyone from, because she said she was going to expel everyone who doesn't belong here. Anyone who was brought back to life, anyone who's not from this world, she was going to expel. So that's what they think it's Billy. But it's Chuck, and he even takes Donna out too. Other Charlie, other Bobby, they're gone. But I'm assuming they're brought back by Jack. Jack says he can't go back with the boys. That now that he's God, he's got to walk the earth. But he's going to be different than Chuck. And so the boys go back to the bunker. They share a cold one. And they reminisce. And then we get end the season with a look back at everything that's, little things from the first season to this one. And just, Also, I forgot to mention, at the beginning of this season, Jack's body is taken over by a demon named Belphegor. But it's not, nothing doesn't really come from it. So there's that. End of the season, right? We got the finale tonight. I'll talk about that later. This season's been alright. I'm going to give it a C-. I think it's fine. But the later seasons kind of didn't really do anything for me. But what are your thoughts on season 15 of Supernatural? Leave a comment below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.